Hello, welcome. I'm Ricky Warden. You're watching another Christian Painters podcast. That's right. This is a live stream podcast through StreamYard going out to our YouTube channel. So thank you to all our YouTube subscribers. It goes out to our Facebook page, and it also goes out to Twitter X. Today, I have an estimate. That's right. I've got to give a free estimate today. So I got some pictures to show you, and I'm going to tell you the process of estimating a job. Welcome to our Christian Painters community. I appreciate you being here. Please like and share this video now. Help me get the word out. That's the one thing I ask of you to do, is help me get the word out. Like and share this video with your friends, not just for any reason. You're not just helping me. If your friends need a professional painter, then they're going to be thankful to you for sharing. Also, I'm going to go ahead and turn this music down here so that you can hear me clearly. I am available today to answer all of your questions. Please get your questions ready, and I am ready and prepared to answer with a lifetime of experience in the house painting world. I'm going to watch some videos with you today so that you can see some of our former work, but get your house painting questions ready and I will answer them. If you need a free estimate today, contact me. You can email also at christianpainterslove@gmail. It's christianpainterslove@gmail.com. And you can email me pictures. I can pretty much give you a accurate estimate with pictures. You can also make a video, send that to me, and I can, with your permission, show that on the show here today. And I can talk to you about it and give you a free estimate today. But the funnest way to get a free estimate today is to, well, join me right here on the panel. Let's see, here we are. Yeah, just hop right on here. All you have to do is take your phone, as it says right here. Use your cell phone to show me your painting needs. Get estimate today. So that means you don't even have to show your face. Just turn your phone on and turn it around. There's my shirt there, Christian Painters. It's just got a lot of colors on it because I'm a very colorful person. I'm an artista, have been all my life. And so that's who you want to be working with in the house painting world, is someone who is naturally inclined to have an eye for detail, to have an eye for color and a heart for color, a love for color, someone that knows colors, because you can get into the wrong color pretty quick. Especially taking advice of associates at a corporate store. For example, if you go to AutoZone and ask the average associate for automobile help, hey, do you think it's the starter? Do you think it's this? They might have an opinion, but you shouldn't listen. You take your car to a mechanic. You go to a professional house painter for your painting needs. And so that's what we're going to do here today. Is all you got to do is turn your phone on, join the program. So the way you'll do that is by sending me a message on my phone, or just in the comments right here, just leave a comment that says, hey, I'd like to have a free estimate. How do we do this? And I will post the link right here in the chat so that you will see the link. Click on the link. You'll have to verify your account through Facebook or YouTube, but that's a real simple process. It only takes a second. And then when you hop on the screen here, as this banner says, use your cell phone to show me your painting needs. So what you'll do is, I should queue up one of my other videos. I'll try to do that while we're watching the video. I'll queue up a video to show you how we have done a free estimate here in the past and what it looks like when you're on panel just showing me your painting needs. Again, you don't have to show your face, but it's 2024. People love you. There's no reason really not to, but respect. I definitely respect your privacy, and I'm a private person as well. I just happen to be a business owner, and in 2024, we don't have phone books. This is the phone book. The phone book is interactive. So that's why I'm here. I'm here today because I'm going to show you this building right here. And I'm going to talk to you about how I'm going to estimate this building, and we'll have a good time together. But also, what we're going to do here is, well, we're listening to music. How about that? Do you like this song? This is X610 Chill. The song is called David's Boutique. There it is. Hey! Oh, yeah! Everybody, get up, let's go! Oh, yeah! Everybody, let me know. What you got? You need your house painted. You need your house painted. How about a free estimate fee? Estimate today. That's what I do. I mess up this great music by talking over it. I was on mute. How long have I been on mute? Anyway, X610 Chill, everybody. Go to your favorite MP3 format and purchase X610 Chill. That's my buddy David Jarvis. I am very fortunate to be able to talk over his music when I don't have my mic on mute. So stay till the end of the show. I always end the show playing an X610 Chill song without talking over it. So stay for that. And thank you very much for being here. Welcome to our Christian Painters community. Let's get right into it here. I'm going to turn this on down. You can see on the screen, I've got my YouTube channel pulled up. So that's where you need to go, is over here to my YouTube channel. It looks like that. And there'll be a subscribe button. You don't see that because this is my channel. I got customized and managed video buttons. But when you get there, you'll see subscribe. Please go there now and hit subscribe and subscribe all. It gives you an option. After you hit subscribe once, you hit it a second time and hit subscribe all, so that you never miss one of our very informative videos, all designed to help you with your painting needs, to save you time, money, and headache. That's what it's all about in this world today. There is no phone book anymore. This is the interactive phone book of 2024. And I'm asking for your help to help me get established, grow this channel, and get out in front of the corporate competitors, because those corporations are trained in the art of making it seem like they're representing your best interest, when you and I know already that they're representing their own best interest. I, however, in representing my best interest, it is absolutely in my best interest to represent you. You're my customer. Us independent business owners don't have the privilege of trickery and tomfoolery. So anyway, here we are. This is the YouTube channel. When you get over there, this is the home page, and then there's videos, there's shorts, there's live. That's what we're doing now, is a live broadcast. You can see it there. And then there are playlists. I put together all of these playlists to make it very easy for you to find what you're looking for. For example, do you wonder what Garrett Gray looks like on your home? Well, there you go. You can go see what Garrett Gray looks like on your home with some pink brick, because Garrett Gray, see, this is my years of expertise that I can get you all of that in 1 second. It has a little purple hue to it, a little lavender hue to it. You would know it. It's very slight, but that's why it goes well with a pink brick. And it's really one of the only types of colors that, can make a pink brick look decorative. My advice is always to paint pink brick. As a matter of fact, I'll talk about that here in a little bit. I talked about it before on the other video. Yesterday I mentioned it, but today I'm actually here to watch some videos. I'm not presenting colors. I'm going to watch some videos. I'm going to show you pictures of a job that I've got to estimate today. And I'm going to be at the same time making myself available to you to answer any questions that you have, to give you a free estimate today, and to help you with your colors. All right. So in this department, this is all about increasing the value of your home by beautifying your investment. And so we'll go over that here in a little bit. You can see the picture there of that white brick home. That's the one I was talking about yesterday that was pink, and you couldn't even see it. Look how beautiful that home is. You couldn't see it. It's right there on the corner of Danbury and can't believe I always forget the name of that other street, because I painted half of the house on that street also. But anyway, we'll talk about that in a little bit. Right now, I just want you to see I have a playlist here of all of these jobs and all these different things. Like if you want exterior paint in, this is a beautiful house right here over in Arlington Heights in Fort Worth. But down here, 203 videos, all exterior painting. 158 videos, all interior painting, and faux finishes. Remember those? Everybody remember faux finishes? Maybe we'll look at some of those in a little bit, because I actually painted the Burleson Chamber of Commerce like 15 years ago, folks. And when I did, I removed wallpaper that was 50 years old, did a hand trowel texture through the whole building, and did this beautiful faux finish. And that painting you see on the wall there, that's actually my painting. So I am an artist, and I can create beautiful art for your home. The challenge is I am not in a position to be able to create 200 pieces of art and put them online so that I can sell 5 or 10 of them, and the other, 180 sit there, and I have to keep them in storage. See, that's the biggest challenge. The biggest challenge with being an artist is keeping your art, your paintings in storage, because we're human. We're going to mess them up. It's, you got to have a lot of space, and you got to be committed to that process. And while we're here looking at videos, I want to point this out. Look down here, historic downtown Mansfield. That's 8-time world champion Troy Dorsey right there in that picture. So y'all go over there and watch these videos. Have a good time. Here's Wild About Harry's, because we're going to be talking about painting metal buildings today. So that awning there, we'll take a look at that in a little bit. But if you're ever in Old Town Burleson at Babe's Chicken, look right across the street. And or if you're at the Texas Brewery Company right next door, you're going to have that building. I don't even know what it is anymore. It used to be Divine Wine when I painted it the first time 20 years ago. And then Wild About Harry's is owned by the steel company there off of Broad, off of Renfro. And had a wonderful time actually painting. You see the brick up there? All that brick is faux in. It's painted, but it's faux in. All those windows, man, I put so much time and work into priming, sanding, cleaning, priming, caulking, double coating black on those windows. But more than anything, see that awning down there? We'll look at it in a little bit, but that awning looks like brand new metal. And it's, that awning is 100 years old. If you've been in Burleson for a while, everybody knows that awning used to be so beat up and ugly. It was like, why is that even there? It was only there to provide shade. Well, we made that ugly awning look beautiful. So if you go right up here, I've got at least one metal building. I'm sure I've got videos of probably 20 different metal buildings that I've painted over the years. But this is one of my proudest.
Welcome and thank you very much for watching another Christian Painters YouTube video. This one featuring the exterior painting of this big old building right here in Venus, Texas. We are at Venus Fabrication, where we have recently painted this area of the building to match this huge warehouse that was already currently painted this barn red color. So notice the giant warehouse here before us that is Venus Fabrication. For all your metal fabrications, you know where to go. So we're gonna walk around the front of the building as I talk to you about what we did to make this big old building here in Venus, Texas look so good. And the reason it's going to continue looking good like this for 10 years or longer for the most part. Number one, proper preparation. We power washed the building clean. That means we got all the loose dirt, loose cobwebs, wasps' nests, really actually cleaned all of that off of this building. And then primed all the areas that needed priming, areas where paint had chipped off and areas that had never been primed, all got primed with a good Sherwin-Williams metal primer. So coming around this corner here, you can see up there on the top, up here on the top, over here, this is the office area. If you're coming over for fabricated,
it's just the front of the building that you
products,
see when you pull up.
come right in here and say hello to these good people, and they'll take very good care of you.
Now, any kind of metal fabrication,
areas like this, all of this steel metal here all got primed with a direct to metal Sherwin-Williams primer. Then from there, most of this was double coated with two good solid coats.
You had to, because it's
of this paint, red, which is a exterior Sherwin-Williams super paint. So here's the original giant, huge warehouse area that we matched.
Actually, a
right in this corner,
bright, brilliant red.
This direction.
Totally took two coats.
2 coats of exterior super coat, exterior super paint.
It was so beat up, primer, it had to be primed.
Proper preparation, and this building is going to look really good like this for 10 years or longer. Well, thank you for watching another Christian Painters YouTube video. When you need a professional painter,
Spectrum Business is made to work the way small business works.
Thank you very much for watching another Christian Painters YouTube video. This one featuring exterior paint at Venus Fabricators. That's correct, Venus Fabricators here in Venus, Texas. This is before and this is after. A nice barn red that we color match from color that they have on an existing building in the back. You can see this building's pretty beat up. They're fabricating metal here, Venus Fabrication, but it's going to look real pretty when we're done. See, everything's all taped off here. We've also primed a lot of these raw metals to make sure that this paint adheres. I'll show you some of that primer. Right up here on these steel beams, those are steel. All of this is right here. So all of that's been primed. You can see the difference. Primer here, not primer here. Well, this is what we're after, is priming this steel right here so that it will hold the paint once it's applied. Welcome and thank you very much for watching another Christian
coming in. All new Pizza Hut, $7.
very much for watching another Christian Painters YouTube video. Quite a bit of noise today. We're in Old Town Burleson, Texas, right here where Babe's Chicken is to the left and Fresco's and Grumps and Serendipity down there to the right. Old Town Burleson. I'm pretty proud of this one, folks.
There it is.
This is the brand new Wild About Harry's. You may recognize this building as the old Divine Wine. Well, the old Divine Wine building is now going to be Wild About Harry's, opening for July 4th weekend.
All right, gonna go right there and push pause. All right, look at that awning. Look how beat up it is. Everybody remember that? Let me know in the comments if you remember this building in Old Town Burleson and that awning. Oh my goodness, it was so beat up. And looking at it from the top like this, I'm up on a riser here, a lift. And so looking at it from the top, it still looks beat up, right? But you don't see all of that, generally speaking. If you're down on the ground, you see the front part of it. And with the underside black and the front part silver, still today, it's still silver. It looks great. Last time I was by there, it was a little dusty. But other than that, it looks great. With all this rain we've had, I'm sure it's cleaned off a little bit and probably shining almost like that still. And this was painted. Let's see if I can go over here to the video. I have to make it smaller. And 8 years ago. This video has 96 views and it was posted 8 years ago. This business was called Wild About Harry's. For a minute. They served hot dogs and custard yogurts. All right, so let's go ahead and finish watching this. Get that audio back on here.
Harry's opening for July 4th weekend. Christian Painters has been here for a little over a week. We painted this entire front of the building to match the existing finish on the bricks below this awning. There was a sign painted in the center of it for Divine Wine, so that's why we pretty much had to paint over the whole thing. And there it is. We primed it. First we power washed it, then primed it, painted 2 coats, and then I did this orange red glaze. Also, these windows, you'll notice they're completely different. They are black. They used to be green.
Okay, I'm going to find a place to pause this so we can see the brick a little better.
With that brick, making a complete different appeal. And then
I
finally,
see it so much better a minute ago.
There was a sign.
You can see it there. We could see it just a little better right back here. Okay, see the different looks in this brick? All of that's faux. What I did was I had to prime 100% of this. I had to caulk it in. Boy, I got to go over here and make sure I'm not muted. That's the thing is, the reason I get left on muted is because I'm switching back and forth from windows. And if I don't go back here and double check sometimes, because I mute myself while I'm watching the videos so that I'm not making noise. So anyway, this brick right here was all caulked, power washed, caulked in, like a lot of it is caulked in. Same thing with the other video we're going to watch in downtown historic Mansfield. The sunshine yoga that looks so beautiful over there right now. I just recently painted that 3 or 4 months ago. We'll look at that in a minute, but and that'll be all. I'm not going to bore you to death with videos, but that is all I'm doing here today is I'm making myself available to you for free estimates, free color consultation, and answer any questions you have about painting. I guarantee you that I can save you time, money, and headache, whether you're looking for a painter to hire or whether you want to do it yourself. But I wanted to point out that not only was all of this painted 2 coats red, but you can see all the different colors in the brick there. I had to do a faux, like you can see it really good there between the windows. It looks like powdered brick, but it's not. It's painted. Okay, that's all. Just wanted to point that out.
A sign painted in the center of it for Divine Wine, so that's why we pretty much had to paint over the whole thing. And there it is. We primed it. First we power washed it, then primed it, painted 2 coats, and then I did this orange red glaze. Also, these windows, you'll notice they're completely different. They are black. They used to be green. So now we got a nice black contrasting with that brick, making a complete different appeal. And
And
then
now the star of
finally,
the show.
really proud of this. This is Sherwin-Williams Silver Bright Aluminum. Silver Bright is what it's called. It's got an aluminum in it. So we've painted this awning. Looks like it's 100 years old, or it did look like it was 100 years old. But as you can see now, it looks brand spanking new. Well, thank you
Brand
very much for
spanking.
watching another Christian Painters YouTube video. Come on down to Wild About Harry's, right through those doors there, and get your.
All right, push and pause right there, and I'll talk for just a minute, folks. Thank you very much for being here. I'm going to switch over to another video while I'm chatting. I want to let you know I really appreciate your time and really appreciate you being here. I am trying to present informative information and grow this channel so that I can make it even better for you. But I'm also making myself available to you for a free estimate. If you need or would like to have a free estimate for your house painting needs, we can make that happen today. So I'm here to make myself available to you also for a free estimate, a free color consultation. I'll answer any questions that you have about house painting and repairs. So take advantage of that while I'm here. I'm going to be here another 15 minutes or so, and then I'm gone. And we'll do it again next time. Until then, please do watch the other videos on my YouTube channel, as I think you will find them very informative. But more than anything, right now, please like and share this video so we can get the word out and get those algorithms all tickled and fancied up. But go to my YouTube channel and please subscribe. The easiest way that you can support me for free, doesn't cost you anything, just a little time, is go over there and subscribe. It really will help me continue to build this channel and bring you better services. The intention is, I've already had guests on before, but I can't have them on every week. I don't have to pay them, but to get people to embrace the technology of 2024 and to collaborate, you need to have at least some numbers. Right now I can tell anyone, let's see, let's go over here and see. Right now, I can tell anyone that I have currently 3,401 subscribers. I don't know why they do that. So let's just say it's 3,410. I guess that's what that says. We know it's 3.41K subscribers. I have over 2,000 videos. I mean, that right there is amazing. The fact that I have over 2,000 videos and that they are primarily, all of them, like now 90%, because I've been doing these live podcasts. So 90% or more of them are videos of me on the job, like showing us working, showing the products we're using, why we're using the products, and it's all on the job. There's no other YouTube channel in the world that even comes close to having over 2,000 videos of on-the-job videos documenting their commitment to excellence like we do, and spanning back 14 years. That's when this YouTube channel started. Look right here, joined January 12, 2010. So we are now coming up on a week away from 14 years. In 14 years, thank you, every one of you have got 3,500,000 views. Okay, there is not another channel on YouTube that even comes close. Now, there are other channels on YouTube that have more views than me, but every one of those are content creators. So these are people who have a mind for they're creative people, because if you can edit a video and put together information that millions of people watch, you have to be creative. So I respect them for that. But the uniqueness changes. No one has a channel like mine with on-the-job videos. These other people, and it's only been the last 5 years or so, that these content creators have been very ingenious about presenting colors and editing videos that are entertaining, and people watch them. But if you follow their house painting advice, or I wouldn't recommend that you follow their house painting advice or really even their color advice, because their color advice is just coming from articles that they're reading by other professionals and they're repeating information. Well, I'm not. When I am quoting someone else, I tell you who I'm quoting. I read their quotes, and most of my information comes straight from my heart, out of my head, because I've got a lifetime of experience. All right, so 3,594,589 views. Thank you, each and every person. There it is, 2,078 videos. How about that? I learned something new today. I'm sure I've seen that before. I just forget about it. So now I can know it's not just over 2,000, it's 2,078 videos. And there it is, 341 subscribers. There's my YouTube channel right there. If you want to share it, please, in your Mansfield talk and share groups. Please, that's another way you can help me a bunch without having to do much. If you're a part of a group in Mansfield, Alvarado, Burleson, Rendon, Midlothian, Arlington, those are the areas that I personally can service you and your friends and your family the best. So if you're in a group in one of those areas and someone's looking for a painter, please share this YouTube channel. That's the best way to refer me. If you really want to, though, you can share this customer referral video. I have a playlist for customer referrals that has close to 50 videos in it. And it's my customers, telling you how excellent of a job that we do so that you can feel confident sharing our services. And not only that, like our customer referrals, our reviews on Facebook, I've got, I don't know how many reviews, and they're all positive. I only have one review. Nope, I have two. I had two reviews that are not positive. And if you ask me about them, I'll be happy to tell you about how silly that whole thing was. And then you compare it to the hundreds and hundreds of other positive referrals, because I have them, if you add them all up, my referrals here on YouTube, my referrals on Facebook, my referrals on Nextdoor. Anybody remember Nextdoor? Or has Facebook groups taken over Nextdoor? I think they have, but I know some people are definitely looking for lost puppy dogs and spayed and neutered pets and all that common thing on Nextdoor, at least. I just don't know that many businesses are benefiting from Nextdoor, because Nextdoor won't let us share our businesses. So that was their fault. They decided that you homeowners did not want us spamming you. And as typical, they always allow the corporations to spam you. Why? I wonder why the corporations can spam your Gmail accounts, but I can't. Money? Could be. Right. So you got to take that MySpace off, because I'm certain that page isn't active. You want to click on it and see? Oh, it'll come up in another window. So anyway, that's that. When you're on my webpage or on a YouTube channel, whether it's mine or anyone else's, this is how YouTube works now. You just click on that, and then all the about information will come up. So very vital there. All right. I wanted to show you the sunshine video building is what I want to show you. If you click on my videos, you can see in succession every video. This is 5 days ago, 7 days ago, 8 days ago, 2 weeks ago. I mean, you can see all the way down every week where we're painting something, and it just goes on and on and on. And this is also another way just to kind of see quick before and after pictures. See, this is what that building looked like. It's the McKnight building in historic downtown. See it there? It's probably was attractive at one time, but it kind of turned into a putrid kind of greenish, color. And so I need to be nice, because it wasn't that bad, but it sure looks, it was in the condition of it was horrible. I mean, you can see I'm very proud of all the prep work that I did on this job. Some of these boards have multiple coats of primer. The brick, I had to caulk in a whole bunch of brick because the mortar had come out. And, there's nothing you can do but remortar, which I'm not a brick person, so I don't mortar. And if the customer's not having that done, then I have to put caulk in there. So I'm proud to say to Kim Pratt and the group that owns this building that I put a 55-year caulk in that brick where it was needed. And I was able to create some really nice clean lines. So there you can see before, during, here we are up on the top of the building making cool videos. Everybody remember Charlie Chaplin there? Go by and say hi to the people at the tattoo shop. Eddie there, he's the one that painted that and painted a lot of the art murals around downtown historic Mansfield. I have asked him to be on this show, and I'm confident that eventually one day he will, and sooner than later. It should be within the next couple of weeks. It's probably more me than it is him or any other businesses that I've been talking to, because like today, I just, had to schedule this and do it. It's challenging for me to say, okay, I'm going to do it every Monday at this time or every Tuesday at this time. So anyway, it's more me than it is him or anyone else, for the record. But again, if you want to just kind of see before and after, that's one of the coolest things about this. You can see here's cabinets right here. That's before, that's after. Let's see. Here you go. Here's a beautiful house I painted in Arlington, right off of Center Street. You can see this home right on Center Street. So here I am power washing right here. And sorry, I was just thinking that. Here I'm power washing here. There's the gentle sounds of the power washer. And here I am still power washing. A lot of power washing videos. Oh, here I am looking nice. Scraping. That's a great video to watch. You can see me scraping 100% of the bottom of that house up there on top of the roof. And then here we are painting. And finally, sometimes I know there's a final video. That's one of the challenges there with my videos. I admit that I have my commercials on, so even myself, I have to suffer through those commercials. In the near future, though, I'm going to have to pay for commercial-free YouTube, so that when I'm showing these videos, that alone will be worth it. So my podcasts are not interrupted like that. Okay, so anyway, it's going to show you the final video on that job. That could be it. Painting front exterior door. Yeah, that's it. That's the house there. So this would definitely be really close to the end of the video, because that's just me painting the front door after the rest of the house is painted. But it's looking to see if maybe there's one more final video that's just after did the repairs here. But anyway, there's some sheetrock repair videos and on and on. But back to this job, you can see that's the beginning. That's what it looked like before. This is during. And then this is the final video here that I want you to see.
But the color is called Rockwood Red. It's one of Sherwin-Williams' most popular dark red colors, Rockwood Red. That's what it's called. Over here on this door, this is a steel gray that comes from the Next Home family of colors. This is the office to Next Home on Main. And so that gray comes from the Next Home Realty family of colors. And this is the office for Next Home on Main. So for your next home, whether it's to purchase or to sell, come see Kim Pratt, the Pratt family here at Next Home on Main. And that's that steel gray door. Over here, this yellow is called Fuzzy Duckling. It's actually from Home Depot, so it's a bear color called Fuzzy Duckling, and I don't have the paint strip for it. But follow me up here, because we've got a surprise. Look at this logo for the first time. Didn't they do an amazing job painting that logo up there? Sunshine Yoga Shack. So the black here is a Benjamin Moore color. This black is a Benjamin Moore color called HC 910 or 190 or something, but it's a Benjamin Moore black. So there's all your colors. And this is the building, the McKnight building. Very honored to have painted and preserved this building for the next 10, 15 years. It'll look this good. It'll just need to be cleaned up.
Yeah, I'm very proud of that. Like, I can't even tell you. I will probably be down in downtown historic Mansfield later today. I'm definitely at my house now and getting ready to get out. I've got to estimate this one job and then go hustle up some business. I've got some new business cards. I designed brand new business cards that kind of have the basic 2024 look to them. They just say house painting real big, and then my phone number. And then small on the bottom, it has my YouTube channel and my Facebook page. And that's all you really need. People aren't, let's say prior to 2009, prior to 2008, 2009, everybody appreciated the colors in their homes and the colors on my business card and advertising. But today in 2024, we've been through 15 years of a, bad economy. I know people don't want to admit it, but as an independent business owner, just ask any of your independent business owner friends about the economy and, make them feel comfortable, because nobody likes talking bad about anything. We all like making the best of things and moving on. But so that's what I'm doing with my business cards. I created a business card that reflects our economy and the needs of our economy, and people just want a painter. Okay, so I got a card that just says, I'm a painter. And I'm having signs made also. So I'm going to be putting a lot of signs up out in the country, out here in Rendon and Alvarado, and out here off of 917, actually. I'm going to be setting my store back up. I used to have a store at the Renfro Trade Mart for a year. It's been about 5 years ago. And so I've already been out there and been getting ready. I'm going to have a furniture resale store. So if you have used furniture you want to get rid of, holler at me, let me know. I'll come pick it up today. But I'll be refurbishing that furniture. And when I say furniture, I have a Nissan Rogue, so I can't take like an Armour. My heart's broken right now because I reached out to a friend and she put together some really good furniture for me, but it was all like sofas and Armour and, large items. And I don't have a truck. So, what I'm looking for and will be reselling specifically are more like tables, end tables, coffee tables, chairs, things like that, even outdoor chairs, outdoor tables. And then I will fix them and then, make sure they're sturdy and working well. And then I will repaint them. So effectively, like when I repaint your home, it's brand new. So it's brand new as long as I make sure it's working properly and paint it properly. So it will be freshly painted furniture for resale. I'll also be selling my tie-dye t-shirts out there. And I will also be advertising my house painting business. So when you drive by on 917, you'll see my signs out front and it'll say, see me at my booth inside. And so you can come right on up to my booth and we can talk about your house painting needs, free color consultations, everything, and schedule your house painting right there every Saturday and Sunday. And I plan on doing that for a while. And I'm 100% convinced that that's the best thing for me to do right now under the circumstances. So thank you very much for being here today and listening and putting up with me. I'm sure there's another video here that I wanted to share and, just kind of can't think of it right now. So I'm going to go ahead and ask you one more time to please subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is what it looks like. Christian Painters, Rockstar Treatment. When you get there, please hit subscribe and subscribe all. That would help me a whole bunch. All right, so now I'm going to bring up these pictures. This is a building. I happened to drop off some cards over here the other day. Saw the folks there outside. And as you can see, it really needs to be painted. And, honestly, I wasn't trying to get their business to paint this building. I was thinking, maybe they know some people in the neighborhood, in the area that need some painting. And so sure enough, they contacted me this morning and asked me if I'd be interested in giving them a price. I did not tell them I'm going to go take pictures and put it here on the interwebs for the whole world to see. But so hopefully they don't mind, and hopefully they'll actually appreciate it. So I'm going to send him this video. This is my way of estimating a job for free today. It's the funner way. So anyway, you can see here, this building is obviously going to need to be power washed. That's number one. So that's going to have to be cleaned. I don't think it needs primer though. What that is, it is dirt, but it's also just old paint. This is a prime example of someone using cheap paint. Okay. It's just a cheaper paint. It maybe wasn't applied properly. It may have been applied when it was really hot out. It may have been applied when it was really cold out, or some things like that. But ordinarily when I see paint like this, whether it's on a home or on a metal building, that's indication of cheap paint. I know it looks really bad, but it's really just dirt and cheap paint peeling off. So you got 2 layers of paint there, and whatever that is, that square on the bottom, kind of 3 layers of paint. And so anyway, they asked me just to paint it white, and I knew it had some trim on it, but I had to go down there and look at it. So sure enough, there's trim on it. But either way, I would paint all of that white first. And I wouldn't have to paint at the top. I wouldn't have to paint the whole gutter part, but like around the gutter down here on the side, this downspout. Yeah, to get behind it on both sides, you're going to paint most all that anyway. So it's just real easy to paint it and get a good coat on it. But I do need to know if they're going to do a second coat, and I can't answer that. I mean, a second color, trim out the doors like this. The other question I have is painting these doors. See these doors? There's 5 of those bay doors. That's what you call that. There's 2 of these doors with trim here. And so again, they just asked me to paint it all white. So I'm just going to start with that. If I were to paint all of this white, and I'm not painting any of the trim or any of the doors, okay, just the siding here, you're looking at, I'm going to start over here on this side. This side, you're looking at 5 gallons. That's because it's going to have to go on thick, and you're definitely going to have to, in this case, when I say 2 coats, I mean a proper spray system where you spray side to side lightly, spray up and down over the same space lightly. And then as you get from this far end here to this end over here, and maybe start wrapping around the corner, most of that's going to be dry enough to where you're going to see if it could use a second coat in areas or not. And so I'm going to go at that time and second coat some areas. Now you can see at the bottom, see that discoloration at the bottom? Some of that is the onset of rusting. It could have been rusted prior and primed over and painted, but either way, it's the onset of some rusting. So this building, in my opinion, does not need to be primed. So you could, it would not hurt you to prime this. What would the difference be? Well, if you put a primer on it, of the proper primer, a exterior metal primer, doesn't have to be oil, just a good proper metal exterior primer. That primer would never come off ever. And then you put a good proper coat of paint on top of that primer, and the paint would basically never come off. I mean, it would just be there forever. It would be, it would be 20 years before you saw any problems, because there's no water, excess water issues or anything. So it would be 20 years before you even started to see any kind of issues. And the paint, literally, I mean, you just wouldn't be able to find out, because it would be 30 or 40, 50 years before that paint even began to do anything that would, start coming off and looking like the way it looks now. So that's the thing that I am the most proudest to be able to tell you. This is a great example of how buildings and how houses look when I get to them. And I can guarantee my customer that it will never look that bad again. Never. Okay. So even with, that's why I'm saying it doesn't need primer, is because with the proper coatings of paint, same thing. You won't see any issues on this building for maybe 15 years. And those issues will be more water related. There now, it does get a lot of sun. You can see trees around, but this particular building, it's pretty much in the open, and so it's getting sun all day every day. So because of that, you can only put so much UV protection in paint from the heat of the sun. And so, after 15 years, you're going to see some issues somewhere. But even after 25 years, you're just never going to see it look this bad ever again. I can guarantee it. It would take 30, 40 years. So that's what I'm talking about, why it doesn't need primer. The difference between primer and no primer on a building like this is, 30 and 40 years down the road. It's just too long to even worry about that kind of additional investment for, extending the life from 30 years to 40 or 50 years. So anyway, by then someone will want to repaint it just to change the color, or just because, who knows? All right. So there's the whole side and front. So you can see those bay doors there. This is the back. And here's this side again. So the reason I showed you that other side and started over there is because there's no bay door on that side, right? See the back, see part of it there, that side, that's the back, but there's no bay door there. So that's pretty much 5 gallons to do that right. So over here with the bay door, that's still going to be 5 gallons for this side, but something tells me those bay doors are new, and that's a baked on white finish, and they're just not going to want to put a coat of paint on it. And if you're wanting to change the color, my professional opinion is don't worry about the doors. Paint them whatever color you want to paint them. But if you're not changing them, the color, they're going to stay white. And they're already white. And it's a brand new door, like within the last year or 2, 3. And that's a baked on finish. Well, there's no need to paint it either, because, that's both finishes are great finishes. But you just be repainting something for the sake of it. The only reason you would paint a brand new garage door with the baked on finish is if you want to change the color, and that's perfectly acceptable. I have people all the time. It's one of the biggest questions. People, I don't want to paint the garage door because it's brand new. Well, if you don't want to change the color, that's fine. But if you do want to change the color, that's also fine. I'm going to put a finish on there that's going to last as long as that finish will. This is just like, it becomes an excellent primer at that point. All righty then. So if I'm not painting that door, I'm saving at least a gallon, or a half gallon, I meant to say, or close to a gallon. So, Mike could get that side done with 4 gallons. And, speaking of mights and maybes, I might could get that side done with 4 gallons, but I don't think so. I think you're looking at 5 gallons there, and we're looking at 5 gallons over here. Now, this is the back of the building, and he told me specifically that they don't need the back done. So, with that, I'm just going to say it is accessible. That tower is not really in the way. It looks like it is. And since it's the back of the building, I don't really have to put drops down or cover anything. It's just a matter of spraying. And yes, the area of the bottom by the ground and the dirt would get some paint on it. But that paint would go away, off of the dirt and grass within a few months, a couple of rains, and it's gone. So, basically you're looking at another, solid, it's more than 5 gallons, really. Let's just say it like that. It's definitely more than 5 gallons, but it's not 10 gallons there. And the time. So the time is, since I don't have to cover anything, really it comes, the only obstacle is that the guttering there, because it's red. So if you spray it, that gutter either has to be, shielded. I could shield it and just get on with it, but that slows me down. But I could cover it, and that way I make sure it doesn't get painted, but that takes time. So anyway, just the paint on it would be, I could spray that out in a couple of hours, So same thing here on this side. I can spray that whole side out in a couple of hours, but that's after, because over here I would definitely put drops down so that I'm not getting paint on things. And so same thing, this whole building, even though it's surrounded by grass, I would still have to put drops down and cover things so I'm not getting paint spray all over the ground there. So just the paint alone, 2 hours right in there. And so back to the front of this building. Let's see. There we go. If I'm not painting those doors, they all have to be taped off. So that's really, it takes more time or just as much time, and it takes materials, because tape costs a lot of money, believe it or not. So tape and paper. So paint material wise, without those doors, that's probably 5 gallons of paint. If I'm painting those doors, that's now 10 gallons of paint. So that's kind of the difference of how I'm going to think of that to estimate it. And then from there, if I'm not painting the red, it's going to take me quite a bit more time to not paint it than it will just to paint it. And the amount of paint, a gallon of paint would paint all of that red, the gutter, the downspout, and the trim around the 4 bay doors and the 1 door there. So there's where the 2 doors are, one in the front, one on the side over there, and 1 more bay door. So that's what we're looking at. I'm looking at with prep time to I'm just going to say it this way. Let's say I'm painting the red, because either way, I'm either going to paint it white and they can deal with trimming it out later at their own convenience, or pay me to do that later, or I'm going to paint it red. One of those 2 things has got to happen. To cover it off, it's not worth it. They're going to pay me way too much money to take, more money to take the time to cover all of that 100%. And the truth is that, I'm just my mindset. If I'm ever painting a job like this and someone says, "Oh no, we're leaving that trim red, don't paint it," I need to touch up paint, because I'm not perfect. And I'm not going to be in a position where, oh my God, I got a little paint on it, it's going to ruin my whole job. No, I need touch up paint. And odds are I won't get paint on it. But, if I happen to get paint on it, I want to be able to touch it up. So it's just way better for me to either paint it all white or plan on painting all of the trim red. So having said that, that helps me narrow it down in my thought process to give you a price right now, so that anybody watching and pay attention can see what, if you had a building like this, what a professional painter has to charge. And you can kind of evaluate that as to why I charge so much money to paint inside your home, because I get that. I hate telling you, and I'm sick of it, because I'm a professional painter. I've been painting all of my life, and I know my prices are cheaper than Southern Painting, CW Ray, 1-800 Painter. I mean, I'm cheaper than all those people. Not by much, but I am. I'm cheaper than all of them. The only people that charge less than me are Rodriguez, Martinez, and Julio's Painting. The immigrants who are getting a free home, free housing, free food, and not $500 a month, but $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month for their family, and free medical, and free education. And if I had those things, I could charge $1,000 less also. And if you want to save the $1,000, I don't blame you. It's called subsidized labor. You've already paid that $1,000 in taxes for their free housing and free food and free education and free medical. So might as well take advantage of it. After all, it's a bad economy. But if you want a professional who cares and who puts their their real heart, time, effort, eye to detail, commitment to excellence, something they can stand behind like they say they do, is going to use all the best products and represent your best interest as your friend and neighbor and community member. Well, that's part of what you're paying me for. Okay. But it's not the same that you're going to pay Southern Painting. I mean, I'm telling you right now, call Southern Painting, get an estimate, and call me. It's going to be less. So my prices are already low by comparison, and I really get fed up. It really is the most irritating thing for people to act like I'm not paying extra for my gas. I'm paying extra for my groceries. I mean, I live in the same world you do. Of course, this is what I have to charge. And I guess where it really irritates a painter the most, or anybody, is, that's assuming that I charge too much. If you go, oh, well, if you could do it for less, I could afford this. No, I can't do it for less. I'm telling you the price. I'm going to give you the best price I possibly can. I want to be competitive. So I'm going to give you the best price I possibly can always. All right. So sorry. That's one of the dangers of being here on the interweb by myself, is I kind of have no restraint there to go, hey, wait a minute. You should probably shut up. All right, so let me finish this so I get out of here and let y'all go. Because I know everybody's sitting on the edge of the seat. Well, how much? Okay, so without the back, because I was specifically asked, I'll give you a second price for the back. I was specifically asked for the front, or the front and the two sides. And so again, you're looking at, a couple of hours of prep work, a couple of hours of spraying, and 5 gallons of paint. This front of the building is, inevitably going to have to be prepped, because if they're not painting these doors, they have to be covered. So I've got to cover them in plastic. So you're looking at, it depends on how much the wind is blowing, because I got to use plastic. I can't use paper. I can use paper on the sides and then tape plastic to that if the wind is blowing, especially. But ideally, I would just use plastic, tape it in good. So that's a good, couple of hours, easy, few hours just prepping that front and that. And so, and don't forget power washing. So you got to figure it's pretty much a whole day to power wash it, because once it's wet, it's got to dry and all of that. So you can't do anything. So I don't worry about getting in a hurry when I'm power washing, because I know I can't paint that day. I can do prep work. But on a building like this, there's not going to, the only prep's going to be some primer down at the bottom down here. That's it. Might be some primer around some of the doors or something, but it's just not that much prep work. In other words, there's no caulking anywhere that I can see of. Might be some caulking around the doors. But yeah, here I am on the spot. Going to give you a price. Are you ready? I've got a day of power washing. I've got 2 full days of painting, and that's if I'm not painting the red. If I'm just painting everything white, and I'm assuming I'm not painting the doors. But even if I am painting the doors, it's still about the same cost, because there's more paint being used, maybe less time, because I'm just spraying everything. And if I'm not painting these doors, then I'm having to cover them. So anyway, more time, less paint, it close to equals out. And so I've got 3 days of labor there. That's power wash, 2 days to prep and paint. And then if I was going to paint the red, all of that red, I can pretty much get in a 3rd day. Might take a little more. Might take part of a 2nd or 4th day to finish the red. But I doubt it. I think if I hustled, worked a long day, I could get all that red done. And keep in mind, when I tell you I can get this done in 3 days or 4 days, I hustle. I mean, I work hard. I work as hard as or harder than anyone you've ever seen work. All right. I'm hyperactive, and I embrace it. I'm glad to be hyperactive. I couldn't imagine what life would be like if I just wanted to sit around and do nothing all the time. That is not me. I'm always on the move. And no, I do not do drugs. Drugs don't work in my system. I tried them once or twice as a young man and went, I can't stand that. But when I see people who aren't hyperactive and are prone to just not get a lot accomplished, I can almost understand why they're doing drugs. Anyway, let's get you a price here. I've got 3 days of labor and believe it or not, this Sherwin-Williams exterior super paint or even Kelly Moore 1245 cost me approximately $45 a gallon. With tax is going to be $50 a gallon. So it's easiest to say 5 gallons is $250. So I've got 15 gallons of paint is what this is going to take. And it might take more, but assuming we got 5 gallons on this side, 5 gallons on the front right there, close to it, and 5 gallons here. I'm going to say 15 gallons. And if there is a gallon left over or even 2 whole gallons, you know, hey, that's okay. But there's also the possibility that, you know, it takes another gallon or 2, which means if I am off by a gallon or 2, that means I got to drive, you know, 30 minutes through traffic, just like when you drive to Sherwin-Williams to get more, and then 30 minutes back. And I know that, oh, that's just an hour. No, you got to, you know, it takes a little more than an hour usually. I'm underestimating again. But, you know, it's the wear and tear on your vehicle. It's the wear and tear on your psychology. Anytime someone's having to drive just like you, they're having to put up with those crazy people out there on the road that don't know how to drive, think they do, and get mad at you. And I mean, these days they throw stuff at you and stuff. I mean, it's dangerous out there on the roads. And I'm not being over expressive. I have to think this way. And if you don't think that way, if you're not realistic about your approach to estimating a job, then it's on you. And so I'm just emphasizing that 15 gallons is what I would buy, because I'm pretty sure that would do the job. And there might even be a whole gallon or more left over. But I could still be wrong. And it might be 16 gallons and I have to make that trip to the paint store. All right. So I've got 3 days of labor and $750 worth of paint, and then tape and plastic and rags. I'm over 800 in materials. So then my drive time and gas and all of that. So it's pretty safe to say, you know, $850 of materials. And if I wanted to, you know, give myself that assurance in case I was wrong, and it does take 1 or 2 more gallons, I could easily, comfortably say, hey, it's $900 worth of materials, because there is a good possibility that might take more. And that's how you have to estimate your materials. If you don't, it's on you. It's not me overthinking or overcharging. It's that insurance to be able to work efficiently is how you have to think. If you don't, you're going to be the one at the end of the job going, well, what happened to all my money? Well, you had to buy 2 extra gallons of paint, which is $100. You had to put another $20 in your gas tank, and you spent a whole hour and a half, you know, doing it by the time you waited in line, because Sherwin-Williams has always got a line these days. And it's just going to get worse because Kelly Moore is closing down. Kelly Moore just closed down 7 stores in Texas. And the word on the street is they're going to close them all. So my question was, well, who bought Kelly Moore? Sherwin-Williams? Because if I were Sherwin-Williams, you couldn't ask for a better situation than that. You know, okay, my competitor, the only competitor to Sherwin-Williams. I mean, PPG is a competitor, but not really. They're a competitor to Sherwin-Williams in the home builder business. People use PPG speed hide in new construction, but no professional painters use PPG's products for, you know, remodel. In other words, they don't have the best paints on the market. Sherwin-Williams and Kelly Moore do. So Kelly Moore is Sherwin-Williams' #1 direct competitor. And if they're going out of business in the whole state of Texas, well, either way, Sherwin-Williams is the benefactor. And so the detective in me asked the most obvious first question. Who's going to benefit from this the most? Well, it looks like Sherwin-Williams. All right, so let's see, what can I do here? I just realized that I am not on the screen. How do I get myself on the side of the screen here? Pushing all the buttons and it just won't put me over there. That's interesting. I'm right here. And oh, I guess it's because when I had the video, I was sharing the screen earlier, I was able to do that. And so I'm gonna you gotta take in consideration distance and everything else when you're estimating a job. And this is not too far from me, so there is no no long driving going to be involved for me, no fighting traffic and people yelling at me and passing me by and all that running me off the road kind of stuff. It really does irritate me if you don't realize that by now. I don't like driving. I enjoy driving. I just don't like driving out there with all these crazy people because I am aware of the fact that vehicular deaths have passed cancer. Vehicular deaths are the #1 killer in the world. And, that's not even mentioning bodily harm, like people with broken bones and crushed skulls that don't die, because of vehicle accidents. And so it ain't no joke out there driving. I am the most defensive driver. That's how I learned. I learned how to drive defensively. That means to be aware of 100% of your surroundings and know what everyone's doing. And because I am a defensive driver, I promise I'm 100% convinced in my mind that I avoid a wreck probably once a month on average. Certainly once every 2 months. I'm avoiding a wreck because I'm paying attention and I hit my brakes before the person hits me. It happens all the time. All right. So if I honk at you, please forgive me because I have good reason. People need to learn how to drive and just drive. That means defensive driving. Be aware of your surroundings. That means I don't have my phone in my hand while I'm driving. It's not that I'm anti-phone. I'm focused on driving, and I do listen to music, but I'm not flipping the channels. I'm not putting my makeup on. I'm not shaving. I'm not doing it. You don't do those things while you drive. There might have been a day when you could, but you can't do that stuff anymore. You just got to drive or you're likely to die. You're like those poor people who ride their bicycles down a small 2-lane country road and expect everyone's going to see them. People aren't mean. It's not that people don't that people want to be mean to you for riding your bicycle on a 2-lane country road. No, they're just not paying attention. They're not expecting a couple of guys or gals to be out there riding fancy bicycles on a 2-lane road. And so that's why riding a bicycle on a 2-lane country road is pretty much a death wish. Just check out those statistics. All right. So that's enough going on and carrying on. I need to get you a price. I'm buying time before I spit out a number subconsciously, whether I realize it or not. So, where I'm at here is, with materials because I've got 850. I'll go the conservative route on my materials and say 850, and my labor would be 900. So a very, very, very low price on painting this building would be 1800, 1750 right in there. So I'm going to say 1750 because I do want to be as competitive as possible. And that's for painting everything white except for the bay doors. I'd paint the red doors white, the trim white, the gutters white, the downspouts white, everything white except for the bay doors. I can take those off or I can paint them for 1750. Now, I'm going to have to think painting those bay doors through because, it's another 5 gallons and that's $250. So yeah, probably going to have to say that to paint the bay doors, I would charge another at least $100 to, because remember, I'm going to save myself time of all the plastic and tape. The tape is $8 a roll. So I'm going to say $100 more if they want me to paint those bay doors. So 1750 or 1850. Now there's two other options here. I better write these prices down. But the other option is painting all that red. So that red's another day and another 2 gallons of paint. And so that's $100 in materials. And so I'm going to say, I could paint all the red for $400. So, and again, that's cheap. That's as cheap as you're going to find. So I could paint the whole building 1750 plus 4 would be 2150. So 2150 to paint it back just like this. Everything white and the trim red or even a gray, whatever color they want to put on the trim. I'm pretty sure red would be it. But 2150 it'd be my number on that. And again, that does not include the back. Okay, so that back again is going to be more than 5 gallons. That's a 6 or 7 gallons. So I'm just going to say 7. So that number would be 350 in materials. It's another 650 to paint that back. I might could come down off of that, if needed, $100. It's not going to take me a full extra day to do that, but even still, that's a very fair price. So let's put it this way: Southern Painting ain't going to paint it for that. Certa Pro painters ain't going to paint it for that. And so that number would be total cost would be was at 2150, 750, so 2,900 for the whole thing, 2,900. But for just the two sides, the front, see, that's why I need to write the numbers down. I can remember them, but I have to think them through and add them all back up in my head again. So we were at 2150, and so let me see here. I've got yeah, I'm going to quit talking because I'm totally rambling on. This is where I made a mistake. I should have brought a pencil so I could write down my exact numbers. I don't want to sit here and think through it again out loud. But I'm going to grab a pen and write down my numbers and get an actual estimate over to my customer. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I'm going to play some X610 Chill. I'm looking at the comments. I'm going to say hello. Where is everybody? Where is everybody? I would appreciate hearing from you. All right. So I sincerely mean that. Where is everybody? I'd appreciate hearing from you. Because I've come to the end. I'm not going to show another video. What I'm going to do is play a song by X610 Chill, and I'm going to thank each and every one of you for being here. Welcome to the Christian Painters community. Please, before you leave, like and share this video. If you watch this video after it's over, please like and share this video. Please go to my YouTube channel and subscribe so that I can continue building this channel and providing quality services for you, like, for example, the Arlington plumbing surgeon. If you need a plumber and you're in the Arlington, Mansfield area, look no further. This is your man. If you're in Plano, this is not your man unless you're willing to pay for his gas and time and expense for driving an hour and a half through horrible, dangerous traffic. So this is the reason for all of my seasons right here. This is my grandson. I keep him every week, Thursday through She is one of the best, most amazing people in the entire world. And so is this kid right here. So he is the reason for all the seasons. If you need professional house painting, contact 817-473-0310. I will answer the phone myself. I will come out myself and give you a free estimate, but I can get you a free estimate today if you will just send me pictures and or videos, and you can send them right here to this phone number. This is 2024, but you can also email them. Email me at christianpainterslove@gmail.com. And I'd love to get that. Even like if you don't, if you just are curious and you want an estimate, it would give me something to talk about and content. Send me your pictures and I'll give you a free estimate. So that means you don't even have to be in my service areas. You can be in Plano, Texas. You can be in Houston, Texas. You can be in Austin, Texas, everybody. Come on, let me hear it, Austin, Texas. You can be in California. You can be in New York City. I can still give you an estimate if I just have pictures, video, or the funnest way to do it is live right here on the panel. Just hop on the panel, show us your paint needs. Here it is right here. You just use your cell phone to show me your painting needs and get a free estimate today. But yeah, most important of all, if you need a professional house painter, that's what I really do to pay the bills. I'd love to have your business. I'd love to apply my lifetime of experience, my eye to detail, and my work ethic, and my commitment to excellence to your painting needs. Thank you again for being here. We're going to listen to some X610 Chill. I'm going to encourage everyone to go over and purchase these songs through your favorite MP3 purchasing source. This song is called Oak Hollow by the wonderful artist David Jarvis and his project X610 Chill.